whatnot.
For what?
She does the backstage handiwork. She like cleans up the. She does
Penny
the.
Nichols,
Maybe she's
the one in
somebody.
glasses, the one in
Yeah,
glasses. Yeah, that's Penny Nichols.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like the only reason why I'm thinking it's her is because, and like I said, I'm not going that way. It's just a thought because there's. I used to watch a lot of CSI and all that, and a lot of times, CSI, Criminal Minds and all that, and like there were a lot of episodes where the main culprit was the one that had the least amount of time on the show. They talked to everyone else. They wanted your minds to think who it was between them, and then they would always do the gotcha of the one being the least seen. And it got old because it gets way too often. So I'm hoping that's not the case with this one, but it's just that's what just made me cross my mind with it.
Okay.
But it's as of right now, I'm pressing Sam right now, and I really don't know. I don't know. It's no, not this way. I haven't learned the truth sucks.
Yeah, some of
I
the cases get
played.
really hard if you want to do it without looking anything up. If
Yeah, no. I want to try to figure it out if I can.
Oh,
And
one more.
right now I'm stuck on salmonella,
Tarantula.
but I find it absolutely hilarious. Like I noticed it during the second case when it was like I was confused. I was like when uh Mia shows up in
yeah,
Maya's body. I was like okay, that's I get it, the spiritual all this stuff, whatnot. And then they go back to in court, and like they have the scene where they show behind where it's like um the whole thing where it shows Edgeworth on the left, Phoenix on the right, the judge in the back, and because you seen the back of the person being of the witness and all that. And I
yeah.
had to laugh because it's like I wasn't even like I was expecting Mia to be there spiritually. I wasn't expecting them to actually include her physique
Oh yeah, no, that's
there
just the
as
thing with
well.
the spirit channeling. They get their body.
I was like, wait a minute, those weren't there before. Mia doesn't have those. Okay, I can't do anything in the Shadow Temple. I don't have boots. I don't have the lens.
Okay, I am actually running out of checks, but
I'm getting a little close as well. I'm double checking my Shadow Temple stuff for the moment, but I don't have keys, so.
But I have been enjoying it for the most part. I understand it's just you mean the case of the week, same thing, object, push, all that stuff. But it is interesting how they're doing it so far.
yeah.
Because I've always wanted to get into because I've wanted to get into playing the crossover with Leighton.
That's a fun crossover, yeah. That that crossover came out like just after I found Ace Attorney and played through all the Ace Attorney games that were out. And
Nice.
I played Professor Layton since the first game came out. Like I've always played Professor Layton, so like when that came out, it was very timely because it was like, oh, cool, I'm just got into Ace Attorney, and I've always been into Professor Layton. So
I
okay,
don't know when Leighton came out, but I know it was in my like 20s when I got into it because I had to get them by other means to play them.
for the Layton games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was whenever Curious Village came out. I didn't get it like on release day, but I got it like that year, and the rest of them I pretty much got at
Really?
release
That's
day.
interesting. Okay.
But unfortunately, who knows what's going on with level 5 right now? So
Yeah.
I think level 5 may be
When
like
you were
on its.
there in. Good.
Well, they merged with. I was just gonna say they merged with Concept, which was like getting like an arrow directly to the face in the middle of them already struggling.
Yeah,
with a lot
well,
of their
like
stuff.
just was it today? They just announced Fantasy Life Eyes being delayed indefinitely,
Oh God.
and
Where?
Late in 7 already got delayed indefinitely, and so they have no games with release dates now again.
But did I
Unreal.
read that thing? It sounded like they said they would talk about the date of that event that they
They
mentioned.
said they'd talk more about the game then. They're not. They didn't say. All they said for the date is that it was delayed indefinitely.
Did I just read it?
Jeez.
I mean, even before all that, there was when they pulled the games out of the U.S. What was that, like a year or two ago? When that was like the beginning of it all.
Yeah, I don't know. I was hoping that their announcement of new games meant that they recovered, but
Yeah,
now I'm a little nervous again
yeah, no.
because all 3 of the games they had currently announced are things I was interested in. So
So the thing that Epic posted, it says that we plan to, although they may not to, it just says we plan to announce more details about the new release timing and
yeah, which is very vague. It could be like Professor Layton, where they just said they're pushing it back to 2025,
that's
which
2025. No, that's true. Okay.
which is vague enough that that's not a good sign if they don't have even an idea of the quarter that it would be done.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not necessarily bad. I have seen, if you like look through like the responses on Twitter and stuff, there is people that are theorizing that the reason all 3 games don't have a release date at this point is that they've all been pushed to the Switch successor, and they wouldn't be able to say a release date then.
Which I'd
Which
be all
itself
for.
sounds like it's getting pushed back too.
You think the successor is?
At least a little bit. It sounds because there was a report that the Switch 2 is not coming until after April of next year, and it seemed like originally they were talking more like Q1 before.
No,
No, they
did not
originally
say.
they never had said when it's coming out. They just said that this year they will announce the successor this fiscal year. So that just means by the end of Q1 next year, it'll be announced. They never gave a date.
I mean, my money for a while has been on like, oh, they might make Pokemon Legends ZA a launch title for it, which would be definitely a way to pick up a lot of unit sales very fast.
I
I think
think
that's coming out in March.
no, that has no date.
Does it not have a date? Okay,
It does.
I thought that one did.
It does not yet have a
No,
date,
the
other
only
than
one that has
2025.
a date is Prime 4, but that's just a year, not even a.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty dang likely that the system's backwards compatible. Uh, at this point in time, a lot of backwards compatibility, a popular thing to do is to like utilize the new hardware to have it run better. Like have a better version. PlayStation did that a lot, for example, with PS4 and PS5 games. That you can like essentially upgrade it for free to a better version. So they might do something like that to try to encourage people to buy it. I don't feel like they'll do it the Pokemon exclusively on the successor, because I think it would alienate too many fans that don't upgrade.
Oh, for sure. I'm more thinking like in the way of like Twilight Princess and even Breath of the Wild, where it's kind of
It's gonna be
either a dual release or it's one where it's just like, yeah, it's 4-1 and you can play it on the other.
Yeah, I do know that back when Thousand Year Door, when the remake released, people found in the code some code that like enables to like toggle on 4K, that people think that might be like for the successor.
Dang.
That if you put
Right.
if you're playing that game on the successor, you get better performance.
Interesting.
And
right.
so that might, like, people are thinking that might be a sign that they might be doing that with some games. So,
say that again. I'm sorry.
Thousand Year Door, there was something found in the code to toggle on 4K,
Oh,
which obviously doesn't apply to the Switch, but like, if it's meant to be for anything, it might be for the successor to just enable some later releases so they have better performance.
I know some people have been able to unlock the Switch. The ones that mod the Switch.
Yeah.
Could be like 60 and whatnot.
Yeah, the fact that there's anything referencing it in the code just does make it seem like they might have intentions with that.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll I'm sure we'll see. Like, I'm still expecting the successor to be announced this fall, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I would say I'd be surprised if they didn't announce it before Thanksgiving, because if they can put up pre-orders during the holiday season, that'll be the big money maker there.
God, please let pre-orders be easier to get than the Switch was.
Also, they definitely need to make sure it's 4K at this point. I think, like, they kind of are memed on a little bit for being like a step behind in tech, but honestly, the games are so good that who fucking cares? But also, 4K is kind of rapidly taking over in terms of like fidelity and resolution and stuff, and it would make sense for them to actually try and make that happen for the next one.
Yeah.
How it feels to see Mortal Kombat 1 in 4K on the Switch.
I would say my usual, I want native versions of the Kingdom Hearts games on Switch, and I do for other people at this point, but I won't buy them again now that I have them on Steam Deck. So,
Are you serious?
I've got the 1.5, 2.5, and 2.8 collections for PS4. I think at this point, like,
Yeah,
I'm playing
So-
again, but they
so
should be natively on there though.
So I have all the games on the original hardware. And then I got the 1.5 and 2.5 that got released individually on PS3.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the 1.5 plus 2.5 collection on PS4 as well as
Is that
2.8.
the story so far, or is that 2.8?
No, story so far included 2.8 also, yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't going to buy it yet again for the same platform at that
Yeah.
point because I got 2.8 separate there. And then I bought 2.5 on the Epic Games Store just because I wanted to stream a randomizer earlier this year, and I did that. And
Kingdom Hearts randomizer?
Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer.
Jesus.
Yeah,
That sounds
for years.
very complicated.
It-
Streamers I watch,
it was
I
weird.
watch.
It was
Yeah.
weird. I don't think I'll ever do it again.
Yeah.
I will say I did not randomize any super bosses in the pool because I was too worried about
God.
getting them early on.
Yeah, holy shit. Those
And-
are a nightmare even normally. Like,
Well, yeah, I especially know because I was gonna say I now got it on. I got all the stuff on Steam when they released because they were discounted at release, and so I'm currently almost done with all the super bosses in 2 Final Remix on my own.
you know, we're
I-
currently trying to sit through Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, and then I think we're doing
Unchained Key?
back cover
Oh,
shortly
the
after that
mobile.
before we
One of
get into 0.2, I think. We're like so close to actually doing
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3. I've been sitting on it for like a good year or two at this point.
Yeah,
My gossip stone says
Point 2 has the best lore.
What was that?
I'm
one
just
of my
saying that.
gossip. Go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. 'Cause it's
I
about-
said one of my gossip stone says wolf.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
They got some jokey ones in there, I guess.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
checking
God.
everything.
Oh, I didn't want to go adult yet. Oops.
Maybe.
But yeah, no, Point 2 has like the best lore. I'm Shad, you know it. And you know what I'm saying.
Oh, do you mean one specific piece of lore?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, yeah, sure. I know what you're referring to. But yeah, I'm currently just trying to go through everything again. I'm kind of taking my time, but going through it, trying to 100% every Kingdom Hearts game, hoping by the time I get through them all, because I'm still only at 2. I still have a lot to go.
Yeah,
I'm
there's so much after 2.
I'm hoping by the time I
There's some
get
good
through
stuff, though.
100%ing them all again, that
Yeah.
maybe by then we'll have an announcement for 4 of the
Yeah,
release
I
date.
mean, more than the teaser we got like
Yeah,
2 years
like
ago
an
or
actual
something.
like release window or something.
Yeah. So
But
we've had some interesting luck on our channel where every time we get to the end of a franchise play, it syncs up almost perfectly with the announcement of a new game. Happened with us for the Mega Let's Play. Mega Man 11 got announced right as we were starting to wrap things up, and then the same thing happened with oh my god, I think with Kirby. Actually, we wound up getting I don't think it was Dream Buffet. It might have been Forgotten Land that got announced like right as we were wrapping that up. I think it was Forgotten Land. And I'm kind of hoping that when we finally crack into Kingdom Hearts 3,
yeah,
it'll,
please do that for us.
yeah, like we'll get 3 episodes in. It'll be, by the way,
That's also just kind of like a streamer curse thing that
oh yeah,
like I've had it happen with numerous times. The most recent was I last year did a 1,000-Year Door ROM hack,
okay,
and like halfway through they announced the 1,000-Year Door remake,
nice.
which I was like, cool. Am I gonna have to play through 1,000-Year Door like 2 years back to back? I mean, I will, but
The funny one was when we first did the legendary Let's Play, when we first did it was just core titles. We were like, let's play all the main games. So we did like Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Link to the Past, Ocarina, all that stuff. And right after we finished that up, we were like, hey, you know, there's the 3D Ocarina remake, like the 3DS one. Maybe that'd be a fun thing to kind of do as like a little bonus lap at the end of this. And we were thinking about it and was like, you know, they did the Ocarina one. They probably, why wouldn't they do a Majora one also? And we were looking at like, all right, if we start this in January, Majora's Mask came out at that point. It was like 25 years ago that April or something. And it's like, okay, maybe if we do, or like 15 years ago that April, whatever it was. But like, if we do Ocarina right now, we'll probably finish up right in time for them to put out Majora. And we got like 3 or 4 videos in, and they were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Majora's Mask 3D coming in like 3 weeks." And we're like, "Oh, February."
So you're the reason that
Sick.
we got a botched Majora's Mask.
yeah,
man.
you're the reason we got that garbage.
God, it was so upsetting because Majora, like, it's such a monkey's paw thing too. Because honestly, if there was one thing I would want Majora's Mask to correct, it would be the time warping. Where it's like, oh, I want to do this thing, and it's at 2 a.m, so I have to warp to 6 p.m. and just do nothing for like 15 minutes. And they made it so you could go hour by hour. And the cost of that, when the monkey's paw curled, was absolutely assassinating all of the bosses in the game, making them all terrible.
I mean, not just that. Zora swimming is worse.
So bad.
They changed a lot aesthetically of Stone Tower Temple.
Yes. No one's looking their buttholes anymore. And
Even not looking at the massive eyes on the boss, they kind of. I don't like how they changed Twin Mold.
Yeah, the twin mold fight, the third and fourth fights changed a lot. I feel like
that
you could mostly fight the first 2 the same way.
That was very much the situation where the fight was already bad. They just made it bad in different ways.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I would have thought
it's the
that
one thing I
Bjorg
wanted to
and Twin Mold could only be improved, and then they made both of them like not so good. Twin Mold, I wouldn't even say was even all that bad.
yeah, how do you ruin Goat? Goat is one of the best bosses in the Zelda series. It is so fun to fight. Throwing that massive eye on it, that ruined it.
No.
It ruined the
Maybe our
pacing.
most iconic video we've ever done involved us fighting Goat. The short spoilery version is we entered. I think I was the one playing. We entered the Snow Peak Temple like on the dawn of it was like right before dawn on the 3rd day, and we didn't realize that we had. I forget if we just had forgotten to slow down time, or if we had just been playing for all and weren't paying attention. We realized like, oh, we have 24 in-game hours to beat this. and I think we managed to beat Goat with about 35 seconds left before game over.
I think I've come
Close.
close with Goat before, so
It's oh my god, it was a nail biter in a big way.
That's what I made you quit when I was a team. So it was like I didn't have enough. I had like 5 minutes left. I don't know the fight. I was not going to win. I was already annoyed that I would have to waste time to go through the entire dungeon again.
that's
That
fair.
was the thing,
Took me a
right? I was
while,
like,
so
ugh.
I'm done.
Yeah,
Stuff like that was what got me to not finish Final Fantasy VI. Died
I
twice,
think-
both times losing tons of progress.
there's certain games, well, a lot of games that are the best time you have with the game is the first playthrough, and you always wish you could recapture that. And then rarely there's games that I think the best times are subsequent playthroughs, and I think Majora's Mask is a game that's better in later playthroughs when you know where things are.
I think I'd agree
Because-
generally. I think the tone of the game can be a little overwhelming that very first time, but
And it's also the time system could be a little overwhelming at first, but when you know what you're doing, it's a very fun game to kind of try to optimize your pathing so you don't have to wait.
well, relatedly, at some point I want to go back and replay and actually finish Final Fantasy 13, partly because I just want to actually have finished it, but also I forget if it's the first sequel or the second, is kinda sorta a like time management backdrop to the whole thing. Like not time looping in the way that Majora's Mask does, but like everything you do requires a certain amount of time, and there's a timer I guess that's counting down, and you can increment it a little bit, but it's always counting down, and sooner or later you have to just go for broke and try to finish the game.
Yeah, Persona
I'm
does
very
that.
Intrigued by that. I guess that's true. Persona does that too.
I've played other games that do too. One of my best friends, his like secret guilty pleasure, one of his favorite games is a game on the I think it was 3DS called Stella Glow, and that also has a time system like that where you have finite time in each free period of the story, and you have to choose how you want to spend it. It's a tactical RPG. So
Okay, so that kind of blends together nicely then. You're already
yeah,
doing a lot of strategizing and stuff, so it does kind of like meld.
yeah. I played through it too because of course if you loved it so much I was gonna play through it. No, but I think I got it around launch anyways when he was hyping it up.
What's the name of it?
Stella Glow. He doesn't recommend it to people because it's also kind of waifu trash game. He'll describe it, and
I've heard of those. I've played plenty of them.
yeah, it's like you. There's a romance route with each girl, and all the girls are minors, though main character's like 17. So
Well,
so he's still technically a minor, but like they range from like 10 to 14. So like it's Japan.
Yeah.
There's a reason that it's not gonna ever be something that is mainstream popular outside. I mean, it wasn't even popular in Japan. It was what studio made it? It was some smaller studio. I don't even know if they still exist. I don't think they do.
yeah, it's definitely because it's definitely like keys because that's playing ahead and all that. But they wouldn't do that anyway.
The closest in terms of like the game's like vibes, kind of the closest I could describe it is if you ever heard of the Conception series in 3DS.
Don't know if I've heard of that one.
Okay, that's also weird Japanese. That one you like through a magic ritual with the different girls in the game. You like make magic baby monsters. That's why it's Conception. It's very sketchy. It's very sketchy.
Oh no.
But
No, that's Japan.
yeah, no, that is Japan. But the weirdest.
Oh, Japan.
The weirdest Japan game that I really got into was Field of Magic XYXX and its sequel to Rub
I
Rabbits.
love those games.
Yeah,
Those
those-
two, yeah.
Those are
were incredible weird ass games.
yeah, I think those are underrated gems. That was
Extremely, yeah.
Field of Magic is one of the first games I think of when I think of the DS because that's the kind
Same.
of quirkiness, like because that was a launch title and I got it and it was like
was it Atlas that did those?
I don't know if it was Atlas. I know it was Sega. I can check. I
God, Field of Magic says developer was Sonic Team.
okay. I do know that.
Much funnier.
I do know. I'm like. I need to get back to. I'm like 4 or 5 chapters into Like a Dragon, Yakuza 7, and I ended up as soon as I saw that I could get the music from Field of Magic, I can unlock it in there. I was like, well, I guess I'm learning how shogi works. That sucks because it was a shogi prize.
Holy shit. This is kind of hilarious. So, Sega dissolved United Game Artists, who made Space Channel 5 and also Rez. Starts to make a little more sense that some of this game's history is tied into
Okay.
Rez. And
If you know, you know.
essentially, 2 of the veterans from Space Channel 5, once it was merged all into Sonic Team, one of them went and produced Sonic Riders, while the other one created Field of Magic.
And you know, I think Field of Magic was the better choice there.
Holy cow! Yes, between the 2 of those, yeah, 100%.
I would say, yeah.
That's hilarious that Sonic Team did both of these. I would never have guessed Sonic Team, because like I'm trying to remember. Is Catherine also an Atlas?
That's
game?
Atlas. That's Atlas.
Yes, Atlas,
Yeah.
yes.
So like somehow the more like weird and like not like Field of Magic and Rabbits are like. I guess they kind of are. I was gonna say like not like they're like super sexual or whatever. It's like there's definitely some sexual elements in there.
They're a little horny, but they're mostly like silly horny.
Yes, yeah, it's quirky horny more than like overtly, sexual or whatever. But if you told me that the folks that made Catherine had previously made Rub Rabbits, I would 100% believe that.
But if I told you that it was Sonic Team,
yeah, apparently Yuji Naka was connected with it as well, and it's like fucking wow, that's kind of hilarious.
well, Shigeru Miyamoto is working on like Wii music and stuff. Yuji Naka is working on Field of Magic.
Jesus Christ. God damn. But they are like legitimately, there's a part of me that's like, can I find an excuse to put those 2 games into the Supersonic Let's Play since it's Sonic Team? I think at some point Sonic Team's other games are going to get a little clustered together thing, because
I mean,
particular, I have to
they deserve attention. There's I don't actually talk to a lot of people who've played those games, and
oh man,
they honestly are one of the
counters are amazing.
They're like one of the best minigame collections, in my opinion.
Yes,
like for a single player minigame collection.
It feels, it's almost like, I mean, less of a micro game thing, but like it feels almost like if WarioWare had a real plot.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like a more T-rated WarioWare. Like,
yeah,
the one minigame from the first game that always sticks in my head because I was always like, I don't want to play this in public, is the CPR one.
Oh, God,
we had to do mouth-to-mouth CPR through the mic.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. Jesus Christ. I remember there's one where there's a car chase and you're controlling like the wheel and the gears, and I think you occasionally have an item that you have to use to like hit people who are chasing you or something. Or maybe it was Nitro. I forget.
Yeah.
So many weird things in that one.
I remember another one you had to like hold her hand. Let's say as she's walking, you had to like keep the stylus touched on her hand as it sways back and forth. The game's just, it was wild.
There's some other game from like the this would have been from like the early to mid 90s that had like a similar vibe to it. I think it was Japanese only. I don't think it came out. It might have been like a PlayStation 1 thing actually. But it was like you following this one guy on like this extremely weird, terrible day where just a bunch of bad shit keeps happening to him. Like he's just some office worker, and you're trying to like get him. Like I think you have to dodge the Yakuza at some point. You're like trying not to get hit by like a train. Like there's like a weird elevator sequence. I think I'll have to go find it because I feel like it's like a spiritual like cousin of the Rub Rabbits games.
Yeah.
I also, sadly, I believe I am BK'd again, unfortunately.
think I am too. I'm trying to see if I can get a chest up on top of Gerudo Fortress, but I don't know if I can reach it.
Yeah, I'm trying to scramble around a little bit as well, checking if there's anything else I can do.
Oh, alright.
So what are all those green blocks on my map? That's a very good question. So the two that are on the left, the little one is the Gerudo. Is the you have to talk to one of the carpenters.
No.
Oh, hilarious! You have to talk to one of the carpenters after you save them, but I don't have the keys for the Gerudo hideout, so I can't actually talk to him and then get. That's supposed to be the membership card drop. The big one is the Gerudo training ground, and I can't progress until I have the last set of 5 silver rupees. The big one near Kakariko Village is Dodongo's Cavern. The only green that's there is because I haven't actually beaten Dodongo himself. He's in a different thing. I guess I should probably
Castle?
mark off the boss of the. Whoops! Oh shit!
Here we go. Finally.
But you have Alvagia, so you should be able to put down whatever medallion.
Well, that was from the
Oh,
Fire
God.
Temple, though, is the thing. Oh god, I have to fix this now. Because I don't have that, so I'm just gonna. Give me 1 second. I'll fix this. Here we go.
Hey, Junie Pop
see.
Live. How's it going?
The little one in Kakariko is the potion shop, which has 2 heart pieces and a golden sculpture that I can't afford. The big green one near the Lost Woods is the Forest Temple, and I don't have the boss key, so I can't get to the end of that. Over on the child side,
Alright, let's see.
we have the giant pot that I can't activate because I don't have Zelda's Lullaby. The big square is Dodongo's Cavern again. The 2 little squares, the left one is the Market Treasure Chest game, which I don't have the last key for. And the Market Bazaar is the one next to it, which also has a single heart piece that I cannot afford. The big square is the Deku Tree, which what is the problem with the Deku Tree? Oh, the boss there is Baronade, who I can't beat until I have the boomerang. The map is not a custom thing I made. It's a tracker. I forget who made this particular tracker, but it's being done in the Emo Tracker program.
This
Demons Fire
tracker.
to spin the giant pot. I thought the pot. I can go and check that. I thought the pot was.
This tracker
activated-
was Hamsta, by the way.
Oh, that's right. Yes. There we go. I thought the pot didn't start moving until you opened the 2 doors, or was it the? Oh, you know what? You're right. Because you light all the torches, and at the time I did not have Din's Fire.
Yeah,
So this is, I think, the one check I've got left. The big item drops for me would be like the boomerang, the. What would it be? The boomerang, Zelda's Lullaby, Saria's Song. The Song of Time would definitely open a bunch. And both of my two remaining warp songs, Bolero of Fire and Requiem of Spirit, are both going to be necessary for me. Because the Bolero of Fire will get Child Link to the Fire Temple, which is Jabu Jabu's belly, which requires
Same
Child Link
here.
and the boomerang.
I got the same thing.
And then, it's such a pain in the ass. And then the Requiem of Spirit will get me to the Spirit Temple as a child, which is the Deku Tree, whose boss is Baronade, who also requires Child Link with the boomerang. So I'm like super hamstrung right now by a bunch of the like specific things I need.
You get Bayonet twice?
What's that?
You get Bayonet twice?
No, I can't get. So I cannot actually. I can't fight Big Octo in the. So Jabu Jabu's belly is in the entrance to the Fire Temple,
Oh, yeah, the
and I can't fight Big Octo without Ruto, and I can't get Ruto to the Big Octo room without the boomerang to knock away the tentacle.
Right.
Because if I try to throw her down, because I was able to half sequence break that and like side hop my way onto the platform, but if you send Ruto through the thing by herself, then she despawns because it considers it 2 separate rooms. The only way you can keep her is if you're holding on to her physically at the time, but then you can't side hop. Let's see if we can get something here. If this isn't it, I'm fairly sure that I am BK'd at that point.
I'm checking the ice cabin again because I do not remember what's in the ice cabin.
All right, so we got these two here. Do we have? We got that one also. Oh, I guess I can just use a stick after I do it once. I don't have to explode my magic.
Wait a minute, where was... I think I missed something in the Great Deku Tree. Ah, frick.
Oh, this did hit that one. Nice. Okay, there we go. I love does Link always spin when he activates the pod? Because I feel like every time I've played
I can get that.
game, regardless of how I do it, he spins in place when the
He does. Yeah, he
starts.
spins when that starts.
Okay.
We're doing what now?
What?
He spins doing what now?
When you
when
activate the spinning pot.
Yeah, the giant pot in Goron City.
Oh, yes.
How do you activate that again?
Oh,
That's what I want. You have to light the 4 torches that are oof. You have to light the 4 torches that are down on the bottom floor. Which normally, I think the idea is if you have if you've opened the door to Darunia's room, I think it lights the first torch. Or no, he's got torches inside his room that are always lit. But if you have Din's fire, you can light them on your own.
I don't know if I pulled that off. Thanks for reminding me. Hold on, let me go check.
Yeah, no
that.
problem.
oh, cool. They throw me in jail.
Oh, God, is that
Din's
my
fire.
famous spirit? Oh no, it's Bolero Fire for Zai.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That should be pretty big.
Okay, well, I'm going back as kid now.
Nice. What's inside your fire temple?
The Spear Temple.
Oh, nice.
I just
Oh, yeah,
haven't been
that's a
able to
big
access
one.
the kid yet.
Yeah, that'll be a good one because there's the section you have to crawl into.
Yep.
Nice. That's at least like 2 or 3 checks there.
Well, I mean, well, yes and no. There's only one room I haven't been able to check because Nintendo purposely made it that we couldn't use Din's fire in there as an adult, which is the 3 torches in that room. I have been able to traverse both sides because since I have long shot, I just long shot the chest on the other side, on the kid's side, to explore.
Yeah, to explore the other side of it. Yeah.
Oh,
do
frick.
now?
I shouldn't have come here.
I don't think there's anything meaningful in here. Yeah, no.
Yeah, when we're talking about DS games, I think of when I think of the DS, one of the other obscure ones, I'm not sure if you've ever heard of Lost Magic.
Yes, I own it. I still have it actually.
Yeah, that's another one I think of it because it's just the touchscreen support for drawing the runes was so like kind of iconic.
Yeah. They did a really good. The sound design I feel is under. I mean, not like the game is well known enough for it to be underappreciated, but like the sound design in that game was really good to make it feel like, oh, you're actually creating these really powerful runes as you're doing it.
Yeah,
Wait, what's the name? Because that was not. Because you didn't say Ni no Kuni.
it's Lost Magic on the DS.
Oh, Razor Wolf, yes. We're doing a multi-world randomizer, which means all 4 of our item pools are mixed together. So we are frequently getting each other's items. If this was just me solo, then I mean, for one, my map would look very different because the green stuff would probably not be green anymore. But
Oh, wrong area. Whoops.
and orange stuff would make me very, very sad and dive through a lot more weird shit. Speaking of, actually,
But yeah, Lost Magic was I guess it's just a real-time strategy game that you cast spells by drawing runes on the touchscreen.
and you kind of had to memorize them to actually like do well.
Yeah. Another one is I think it was called Pac Pix. You drew Pac-Man and like
oh, cute, yep.
make him eat ghosts. I really loved like the early experimental DS games that were like really use the touchscreen creatively.
Right, I feel like
unlike Brain Age.
I mean, Brain
Brain
Age
Age.
did it plenty. It was almost more of a app than a game.
I feel like the various forays into dual screen gaming for Nintendo was like a bunch of people cared for a very little while. Nintendo cared for a little bit longer, and then everyone just kept abandoning the second screen functionality. Between the DS and the 3DS and the Wii U, the Wii U felt like the worst. It felt like Nintendo did it and Zombie U did it, and that was basically it before everyone was like, whatever.
Yeah.
3DS, hardly anyone used the 3DS aspect of it. Because you had to
The
hold
stereoscopic 3D, yeah.
You had to hold the system in such a right way for it to work. And...
I mean, you know how many games...
Kind of angle of it, yeah.
You know how many games use the Switch's HD Rumble?
Oh god, literally the only one I can think of is Kirby Star Allies.
1-2 Switch used it. I remember especially well. There was feel how many marbles are in.
Cracker and...
Feel how many marbles are in a box by moving it around.
Cute.
But like, yeah,
Kirby Star Allies. If you beat the final extra stage and then put your Joy-Con on the table, it vibrated in a way where it played the Green Greens theme physically through your controller.
Wow.
Well, that's cool.
Extremely clever shit.
But yeah, Nintendo loves to make up gimmicks and then use them a little while and abandon them.
Right? It's like, I think they never really lost their soul as a toy company. But the problem is that like toys are meant to be used one way and then put away.
Yeah, you know how much I actually legitimately liked the Game Boy Advance e-reader, and they did not do much with it.
I never had one. I always wanted one.
I had one. I had some Animal Crossing cards to like one of them like unlocked like an NES game in Animal Crossing, which was cool.
The big thing that I always wanted it for was whichever, I think it was Mario Advance 4. Was Mario Brothers 3?
There was I think one of those cards that came with because the e-reader came with like some assorted cards. And I think one of those was a Super Mario Advance 4 card. I had like some that were just old NES games. I had some of the Pokemon cards, the TCG cards, which just had mini games in them. And then I had Mario Party E, which was an interesting concept, to be honest. I mean, it only had like 5 mini games, so it wasn't super replayable, but it was a cool
thing, though.
Like I think the e-reader was a really cool idea. Admittedly, cards are a very flimsy, bad medium to like.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
All right.
Like already, I'm sure plenty of that is pretty much lost media at this point. Like, thank goodness they keep releasing the Super Mario Advance 4 stages in other ways. Because
where is the lit fire constantly?
The what?
Inside Darunia's room, I believe.
The one you have to do like Zelda's Lullaby with?
Yeah.
That's the big problem.
Oh,
so I have Din's Fire, which is the only reason I was able to light them at all.
Yeah, you either need Din's Fire or you need Zelda's Lullaby to get into his office.
Well, that so much for that.
No, sorry. Yeah, I think I
thought
am
I had
DK'd.
a check there, to be honest.
I have one thing where if I can leave a room in a way that they don't normally intend you to, I can get a couple more checks, but...
I'm waiting for the sun to set.
Oh, you still don't have the sun song?
No.
Oh, God.
I mean, I have so few checks left right now that I don't mind waiting a little. Gives me something to do.
Oh, whose mirror shield is this? Oh, my mirror
But yeah,
shield.
but yeah, you know how many Nintendo hardware we've had microphones on for Nintendo to like pretty much not do anything with?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Like, I remember not long ago seeing one of the Switch successor rumors saying that it was going to have a microphone, and I was like, why? That's just a waste of money at this point. You're not going to do anything with it.
Right, because they've had microphones on every single release since...
I don't think I have anything that the Wii U gamepad, like, that I used the microphone on the Wii U for.
I can't think of anything for the Wii U, no.
Captain Toad.
Oh, really?
Yep. because there was some
Oh,
platforms that
oh
had
yeah.
buttons.
They did that for New Super Mario Bros. U also. No, 3D World. 3D World had some of those.
Okay.
Okay, fine. There's a few, but that's still not enough.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I mean, remember they had the megaphone all the way back to the Famicom days. So
Yeah, the DS, like, at least they tried to shove it in a lot of stuff at first, and it was mostly just blowing into it or making any sound. I remember getting Bomberman DS and then realizing maybe it's not the best idea to have a mode where you lay bombs by shouting bombs at it, or bomb at it.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, I can't play this in public.
try playing that on the plane. I'm sure you'll do fine.
Oh, jeez, yeah. Okay, I think there is actually a way. I
By the way,
tried to
thank
use
you
the
for
Scarecrow
whoever
song and-
gave me that fancy ruby to throw on the ground.
Oh yeah, I can't use Din's fire on the fucking keys. God, I'm immune.
Oh yeah, no, that is not a good idea. Do not do that.
Dragon,
I did that.
we sing you? That's not a thing, right?
I think there was.
Wow, both my compass and
Oh,
mirror
that's fun.
shield were in the. I don't know. A mirror shield was in the spirit temple. And my shadow bow compass was in here.
I forget
So
what does the compass actually do with all of this now?
it tells you if it which medallion or gem.
Nothing the map
Oh, it tells
does
you
that.
where it is.
Does that? I thought the map did.
I thought that was the compass. I thought the map just showed the. Oh, compass is the chest. That's right.
Wait, what is this? Oh.
Oh,
No. No, no,
I got
no.
a spooky mask. Okay.
No, I'm right. The compass is the gems. Because if you look at my screen, I have the fire temple that doesn't have the map, but just the compass.
Hmm.
I like how it replaces. Oh wait, the spooky mask. The guy, the Redeads ignore you, right?
No. That is Majora's Mask. It does nothing.
Okay, well,
But I have no. So yes, the compass is the gems. I have no idea what the gold sculpture is, unless that just means they killed them all in that temple.
that's not what I
Yeah, the
want to
gold
do.
sculpture icon will just mean that you've cleared all the sculptures in that area.
Okay. So where was that? Where was my fire, Vic?
What's that?
Where was my Bolero fire?
Your Bolero fire was in the Goron City pot, like the spinning pot you have to throw a bomb in. And
You could have gotten that. No, I'm not blaming you anything, but I said that's something you could have gotten weeks ago. And
I think I only had Din's fire since last week.
oh, jeez. Oh, but because you needed to light the torch. Oh, but as a
Yeah.
kid, yeah, but you could have done it.
That's the real trick, is you have to do as a kid. Well, you have
With
the problem
sticks.
is I don't have access to Darunia's room, so I have to
Oh,
generate the fire
right.
myself too.
Same
Because
here.
otherwise I've been
Jeez.
waiting
But I
to
don't
I've been
have
waiting
any.
to use the pot forever.
So who gave you the Din's fire?
That's a good question. I would have to go back to a previous one.
I
to
may
see.
have done that one.
That would sound right with that one day.
That,
how
that
they
sounds
gave me
vaguely
everything.
familiar.
Mhm. I think it was like at the very beginning of last week or right at the end of the week before.
Okay, so you had to get Din's fire to give me my song for me to go into the child's because I forgot those rooms in the child's
Yeah.
that's just child's to get me the mirror shield, which I need to get back to. 'Cause now I can face Trinova. I couldn't fight her. Because I
Oh,
didn't have
hell
the mirror
yeah.
Shield.
Oh, you can fight
Nice.
Minerva now? Nice.
Yeah. So, but after I
That'll be good.
check out these rooms, she'll be next. Which
Twin Rova, the best big bad in Zelda.
I may or may not have had a crush on as a teenager in the second phase.
Kind of hard
There
not
is-
to, honestly.
There is I found out from a friend that there is apparently very little Rule 34 of Twin Rova,
Really?
which is
That's
shocking.
genuinely surprising, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised too.
Especially with her being like a very
I
don't wanna
specifically
associate
mean
it
the
with, like,
hot fused.
voluptuous.
I specifically mean the hot fused version, not the
Yeah,
old
yeah.
old ones. I don't know if
There's
there's.
a ton of cocktail in there.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe there is. I'm not
No,
checking.
It's the same thing with Guntilda's side. When you lose, there's not much.
Oh yeah, which is wild because you would imagine that Nintendo games featuring like, sexualized or voluptuous kind of characters would like it's such a niche thing for Nintendo that you would imagine people would be like, oh hell yeah. But I don't know, guess not.
I'm just cleaning up some gold Skeletours that I
Honestly, like,
didn't
what
realize I
was
could reach.
surprising is that I remember. I don't really think the game. And then, like, I remember like my in my 20s, 30s. There wasn't much of like yes, I would browse and stuff, but yet like there wasn't much Zelda in like about 10, at least from my searches, there wasn't much like in my like 10, 12 years ago, and then it like
Well,
it kind of blew up with Minda, but even then it wasn't much.
oh, you're talking about characters in Zelda. I thought you were talking about
Yeah.
Zelda games in general. I was like, well, we didn't have much in the way of Zelda games for a while there.
But well, like even characters in general, 3D, it wasn't even much.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, Skyward Sword didn't really. I don't think Skyward Sword had any characters like that.
Zelda, Impa.
I guess Impa, kinda,
One or
yeah.
two, but I mean,
Zelda was very like reserved and kind of.
I have a Girahim.
I guess that's
Yeah.
true. That's totally true. Giriam was like, I got this.
No, you gotta remember,
This time.
even though she's reserved, the people out there, you know how.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Girahim practically licks Link's ear. So.
Yeah, he gets up in there. Like, holy cow. And then after Skyward Sword, we got like, what, 1 or 2 handheld titles. Because I think we got A Link Between Worlds and Triforce Heroes before we got Breath of the Wild.
Well, we also had, you gotta remember, because a lot of people, there was, I forget her name, but she was the one that was stalking Lineback in Phantom Hourglass as well.
You don't mean the... Because was it Ciela, one of the fairies that had like a more human form or something? Or am I totally way off?
I don't know if it was a fairy or not. I just know that, I just remember there was some girl that was chasing Lineback that was infatuated with him or whatever, because he kept always hiding in barrels and whatnot when she showed up.
Oh, yes, the other pirate lady. Yeah.
Yeah.
She always struck with, this is going to sound so mean, and I apologize if this is a mean thing to say. She struck me as, like, the stereotypical, like, aunt that smokes a lot. Something about, like, the makeup and just kind of the attitude on her was very, like, gruff. Like, granted, she was a pirate, so, like, that's kind of just the vibe, but I was very much just like, oh, okay, I guess that's what's happening here.
The smoking ant archetype.
I was very careful to
Not smoking in the way you think.
Smoking yeah. 2 very different characters. How do I trigger this fucking Scarecrow song?
Wait, which one?
The one in, maybe it doesn't work. The one in the Gerudo training grounds. The lava room with the eyes.
The spinning platform. You can only trigger it from up above.
You're shitting me. Oh,
There's like 2 or 3 scarecrows in the game that you can't trigger them from the logical place you'd want a hook shot. You only can trigger them from the right next to them.
That's true. Then I am in fact BK'd. Fuck.
Scarecrow, seen from above.
There are 5 chests that are still in the training grounds, and I either need to magic my way up there or get the silver rupees.
Yeah, I kind of needed that one too, and I can't. Also, I went the wrong way.
I'm just gonna keep... There's not a lot else I could do, so I'm just gonna see if I can trick the game into letting me up there.
Okay.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, there might be some way to cheese it in a specific spot, but not that I know of.
Okay, then I go here.
There.
I don't go north, because I don't need to go north.
For the Scarecrow song, I forget if you need to talk with the Scarecrow first, but whether you do or you don't, you just pull out your ocarina, and it will automatically trigger the Scarecrow if there's a viable spot for it. You don't have to play anything. I did it earlier with the Fire Temple tonight.
Well, that's an annoying chest, which I just know is not going to have anything in it.
What am I missing?
Oh shit.
I'm missing a Skulltula somewhere in Death Mountain, and I don't know where.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Is it the one under the boulder?
Yes.
I don't
and
think
you
so.
need
I
to-
think I got that one.
Alright, there's
What
one in
is
the
this?
boulder.
Oh, the last Skulltula.
There's two
Okay,
under
cool.
boulders that I believe I got both of
All
them.
right.
Did you
Let's
get the
see.
one that's behind the wall at the very bottom of it, past the gate?
I assumed I did because it's blown up. It's open.
Okay.
I don't know why
There's
I'd
the
blow it
one
up and not
that's-
get it.
There's the one that's next to the bombs, also under a boulder. Like the bombs that you use to.
I mean, I
He
just
gl- he glitched through that one.
Yeah. I did the
Yeah.
same. Okay.
I have a list. I have a list of all the gold Skulltulas right in front of me.
Yeah.
And as far as I remember, I have them all. So I must be misremembering getting one, which really sucks because there's nothing I can do but go check them all.
So I mean, I see that you're in the maze right now in Goron City.
Yeah.
Did you actually get this Skulltula here? Because I thought I remembered you not.
I thought
Finding it
I went
here.
outside and waited for time to pass, so I remember.
Okay.
Because I just destroyed the crate and it's not there. Unless it's
And
is
Did
it
you
only
get
there
the
when you're a
one
kid?
did you get the one? I forget which entrance. But there's an entrance inside the Death Mountain that you have to bust open a box.
As far as I remember, I did. In the crater, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one at the top. As far as I remember, I did. I just have to do them all, which kind of sucks. It might be there's 2 soft soil spots. I don't know if I missed putting a bug in. Boy.
Gotcha.
But it says on the map that I don't have them all, so I don't have the gold Skulltula token symbol.
To answer your question, Golux, I don't recall off the top of my head if there are any long shot specific scarecrow checks, but if there were any, they would be lit up at this point with this tracker.
Hey there, Inheritance. Welcome. It's going mostly well. I'm kind of like dwindling on what I can do, but I do now have 58 gold Skulltula tokens, which means nothing at this point.
One Skulltula token away from my 50 Skulltula bonus.
How's it going with you,
Right
Inheritance?
now.
How you feeling? Any better?
Hey, Rick. Congratulations.
Hey, okay. All right, I can work with this.
What'd you get?
The eyeball frog.
Oh,
What does it do again?
You bring that to the guy, don't you? The lab guy.
when you play it, you can draw 2 cards.
Oh, that'll be useful.
Little Yu-Gi-Oh meme for those that.
I will say the
Doesn't know.
worst thing about trade sequence items in this randomizer, or really any randomizer, I think all randomizers tend to shuffle those into them, is it's basically just like a deep dive distraction where you're like, well, time to go way out of my way to do this one thing that will get me something totally unrelated to this.
It's the equivalent of there's a number of tabletop games I play that are deck building games. Like one of them is called Dominion.
Dominion.
Another one is Marvel. Oh, there's a Marvel one. Anyway, generally players call any card that lets you draw a card and get another action a cantrip. And
Okay.
cantrips.
Makes sense.
I mean, usually you want something else because a cantrip on its own is invisible in your deck. It doesn't do anything. You draw a card to get an action, so it immediately replaced itself as if it didn't exist. Usually that's good, but in a case like this, I kind of still think of it as like a cantrip, and it's kind of just a waste of time because that could have been a useful item. Instead, it's a check to go do another check to see if it's a useful item.
So like how the eyeball frog just gave you 5 rupees?
Yeah, who gave you the eyeball frog? Sown?
So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so like in theory, that could have just been Sown getting 5 rupees for me, and it would have saved time.
Instead it's like this circuitous thing.
Yeah.
It was my 50th sculpture.
Oh, that was your
Congrats.
50th? Oh, man.
Yes.
Now skulltulas don't
Man.
matter for you either.
Right.
I mean, in theory, if you get the rest, you can get a bunch of money.
Yeah.
I'm headed to Kakariko just because I don't recall whether the potion shop Skulltula token is for me or someone else. I don't think I can afford it either way, but
I got all the adult ones here. I'm hyper focused on this now. I'm going to be a kid.
There is a on table. I don't know if it's still on tabletop because it's been years since I've played Tabletop Simulator. But there's a Pokemon deck building game that's really quite good.
Oh, I'm not terribly surprised. A lot of big franchises have some sort of deck building game. I'm a big fan of deck builders. I have a lot of fun optimizing them. I love building decks where you like thin out your deck so it's just the cards you want, and then like Dominion. I love to get my deck down to like 10, 15 cards that are really good cards, and then just cycle my whole deck in one turn every turn.
I was about to say the one thing that kind of bums me out about deck builders is that for like a video game parallel, they're kind of like they're roguelikes in some ways, where I would love one that's a little more of a roguelite, where you can like make progressive enhancements to it. And I realized that a roguelite version of a deck builder is just Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, and I absolutely loathe that game.
A roguelite deck builder is just a TCG.
That's true. Especially if you're someone who does tournaments, I feel like that would definitely qualify.
But yeah,
I do have a gold sculpture token here, but it's too expensive.
I did
253.
Recently, since I'm going through the Kingdom Hearts game, I have to go through Rechain of Memories, and it's still my least favorite Kingdom Hearts game.
Chain of Memories?
Yeah.
I'd rather play Coded like 5 times in a row than play.
I actually like
one more time.
Like Coded. I like Coded's, like, it almost has something that reminds me of the Sphere Grid from Final Fantasy X.
I was gonna say the level up system. I actually really like.
Yeah,
Coded.
yeah, that.
I wasn't expecting to, but I really actually do like it a lot.
That's the one reason I ever go back and replay Coded, because that's a really fun level up system. Rechain of Memories is just. And I was trying to get all the achievements on the Steam, but like two of the achievements
I was trying to do the same with PlayStation for a while.
Two of the achievements are maxing out the levels for Sora and Riku, which is awful in that game.
Oh god.
Like I have to grind like 40 or 50 levels for Riku, and it's so slow.
That game, like, especially with like super bosses in Kingdom Hearts, I will occasionally like tend to go into panic mode if things start getting wild. And I feel like Chain of Memories is the whole game is like that, where like stuff is happening and you're expected to do like your brain is doing one thing and your hands are doing another for like the entire game experience.
Yeah.
Something about it feels disconnected in a way that makes my brain sore.
Which game?
Chain of Memories.
Or Chain of Memories. Chain of Memories. I mean, Rechain of Memories just has more 3D mechanics slightly. Like
that's the thing, right? Like it's as opposed to the Game Boy Advance version, Rechain of Memories tries to play essentially the same as Kingdom Hearts 1 as best it can.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cut system isn't the best. But I enjoyed it, but yes, it's not. Intuitive in the way it is in other deck building games. But
that's the thing.
I compare Chain of Memories to, at least its battle system, to a very oversimplified Bait and Kaitos battle system.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
But Bait and Kaitos, I think, is way more interesting because the cards like do more. Like all your attack cards are essentially identical in Chain of Memories. Like, they're going to have different stats, but they're like, you're just doing Keyblade combos and maybe throwing in some magic. Like, and the, trying to do the, like, slights and stuff, burning up cards kind of kills the fun of them for me. Unlike
Yeah.
Bit and Kaitos, which just is a win-win when you manage to do straights and like 3 of a kinds and stuff. So I also don't like that Rechain of Memories did change parts of the script a bit. And
Did they?
yeah, I noticed as soon as I got to Axel the first time and he said got it memorized. And I was like, really?
Wow.
Chain of Memories, for reference, he says commit it to memory, which was always, I thought, the way better way to localize his catchphrase.
It's right. It feels a little less
It's his
forced of a
personality
catchphrase.
Yeah, commit it to memory, like it's the kind of he's entirely his like entire personality is kind of trying to have like this cool exterior, but he's kind of a dork.
Yes.
And that really
He's
fits
also,
it well.
Not to mention, like, especially at that, like, at the time of Chain of Memories and into Kingdom Hearts 2, when he's actively, like, in pain, searching for his friend and stuff.
Yeah. So I think committed to memories.
Really.
I think committed to
It's just,
memory is
him
so
saying
much
gotta
better.
memorize at times just makes him sound like condescending, which doesn't fit his.
It's got a very cocky
No.
kind of, vibe to it, for sure.
Yeah, so I was really upset that for Rechain of Memories, they reverted it to match Kingdom Hearts 2. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
Like, I get they had to record all the lines for it because it had voice acting.
Hey, it's not even a match Kingdom Hearts 2. They didn't even have Kingdom Hearts 2 match Chain of Memories.
Yeah, because, well, the issues Chain of Memories and Kingdom Hearts 2 were developed side by side at the same time. They both released in, like, 2004.
Oh, okay. You're welcome.
So, while there was communication between the two teams for obvious plot stuff, something like that, they probably didn't communicate directly on how would we localize this.
No, I remember you mentioning this, yeah.
Yeah, so that's likely what happened. They just, two different teams decided to localize it 2 different ways. But I just don't like that they retroactively changed it. I know they want to be consistent, but at the same time, like, somebody can be like, oh, I don't like the way that sounded and change it later on. Like, there just was no real reason to change it.
Okay, so if I remember right, and this is annoying, I have to go all the, like I said before, I have to go all the way through the Spirit Temple to get outside and get to Dodongo's Cavern. Thing is that the boss room in Dodongo's Cavern is the Chernovas.
Ooh.
So, I don't even know who the boss is in the Spirit Temple, but it's just interesting the way the layout happened in the randomizer that I have to go through one entire dungeon, out and out to another one just to get to the boss. And I just find it interesting that it all just intertwines with each other here. Yeah, get out of here.
Okay, so either I'm wrong and I didn't get the one in the crate at the top of Death Mountain Crater, or I'm wrong and I missed one of the soft soil spots.
Well, yeah,
Oh, no.
I'm a lot like that too. I've done that with a lot of games. Like, I know I've got that. I know I've got that. I know, and then I go and check. I'm like, I swear I've got that.
I mean, it is the, I guess, the downside of I've replayed Ocarina of Time 30 times or something at this point in my life.
No, that's fair.
But
no, I get that.
But, like, this is specifically why I wanted to make sure I finished the combo randomizer before I started this, so I can kind of wipe my memory clean of the checks. And, I don't know, maybe something leaked. One of my memories leaked into another spot.
Oh, no. I'm confused. There's a chest that's marked Statue Hand
Part here.
for the Spirit Temple, and I'm pretty sure that's the one you have to play Zelda's Lullaby on the
do.
Triforce in his hand. But then there's one marked Statue Ledge, and I don't know what that's referring to. It's also blacked out, but
Uh,
The only
isn't
ones I know of is the one in the bottom with the torches, the one in the
Yeah.
hand that opens up the other hand, and then there is one with the switch on the far right.
So the one, well, so both of the two switches in this room were triggering doors. Is the thing.
There
So
is on the left side, on the one on the side that you're on. If you go all the way up, there's a scarecrow.
Yes, and that one, oh, is there a switch up there too?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying there's a scarecrow. The switch is on the other side.
Yeah, that one's a rusty switch, and I have hit that as well. I actually was able to get there if you'd like roll twice with the hover boots, but there was no chest there. That one just opened a door. Oh, wait a minute, I'm stupid. It's
Did you get the
this
chest?
door.
Did you get the chest at the bottom? Yes.
Are you talking about this one right here?
No, the one behind you. The torches are lit, so you did.
Yeah. So I'm just like,
Because the switch that you put the statue on is for the door.
Handsong unlocks
right
two
above you.
chests. Oh, okay, I can do this.
They should be able to get in there.
Are you freaking kidding?
Oh,
Whatever.
You didn't put that in the block yet. That's why. Okay.
I think this is just a shortcut, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
deco
should, it
stick.
should be a short.
God, I spent like the past like 20 minutes on that.
Did I not
what were
do
you
the
doing?
store? Did I not do the store? Am I stupid? Not to... I never did that door. I never did that door.
Well, listen, I never rolled into the crate, so we're just all losing our minds.
Okay, so that is just the shortcut.
Is there a chest there? Or is there a shortcut for what?
This is just a shortcut so that you can go from the entrance room directly to the statue. Because this leads you back to the lobby at the front.
Then never mind. I'm going to the boss.
Okay, Kippora, take me
Well,
home.
how did you get into the Spirit Temple as an adult?
Mine is located at the Shadow Temple entrance.
And you didn't. So you should have gone right and gotten to the switch. Oh, but you don't have the hover boots.
I have the hover boots.
Oh, okay, so then you should have got. So then you should be able to get to the hand just fine.
Yeah, I got under the hand. I don't have Zelda's Lullaby.
Oh.
Does anyone have Zelda's Lullaby?
Yes, I do.
I was gonna say Shad does. I think. Yeah.
I have it as
I don't have the
well.
Song of
Man,
Time
that would
either,
open
so I can't
some-
get through this room.
Everything I have is just yeah.
I think it's some stuff I buy for the box. I forget. Oh, but you got it all there in here anyway.
Fucking Skulltula.
Wait. I had to be a kid
Boulders
or
and
adult.
boulders. Got
Frick.
those.
Because I don't think there's a third. If there is a third chest, I don't remember.
Unless I'm.
There's that video I posted that you can check.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I might check that in a sec. Because yeah, if the hand triggers two chests, then I'm kind of just screwed there, and I think that's it for me. The annoying part is the rusty switch, the angle that you see. Actually, I think that was this door. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think this was the door that got unlocked because I hadn't gone through there before.
Hmm.
It does make the ledge chest show up also. Ah, damn it. Okay. Oh boy. I'm gonna double check something real quick here.
That's all I'm pretty much doing at this point, double checking everything.
Yeah.
No, wrong song.
Also very annoying having a key that I can't use because I believe the key is only in the child section.
Who is the Shadow Temple?
Yeah, because there's still more challenge
Water
side for me
temple.
I need to do, but I just can't do it yet. I should be able to do it. Yeah, I'll put it on the boss.
I would.
If I can just blow it up by hanging out next to the wall with a bomb.
No? Oh, that was. Oh no, that is the jungle.
Hey.
What dungeon was it that has this?
Oh.
Oh, what dungeon? What dungeon?
Long shot. I'd like another key ring. That'd be nice.
Never mind. Vanilla. The jungle is vanilla. What the?
Oh, what am I doing? I have Din's Fire. I can just use that.
Oh. Wait. That's right. I'm an idiot. Where's my forest temple?
Is this a breakable wall or something? Why is that green?
You know, it would be nice if the randomizer told you which dungeon was which. I know I could have written them down, but
Yeah, I think it's
specifically, since the last one, I was like, I should write these down because I'm having a hard time remembering. I went back and like double checked all of them.
yeah. I think it's kind of just you have to make a note.
'cause I lied. She is not in Pajamas cabin. It's just a Damo himself. You know what? I'm gonna take the whip out. It's gonna be quick
What?
to get out this way.
There we go.
There's a way for me to push the camera through so I can see what's back there.
Oh boy, cool.
Oh, sweet. Wish I could climb on that.
I can't. I thought I could. Okay.
We need the silver rupees to open the door, right?
The door that I'm looking at?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what
I
I,
do-
thought.
Yeah, and I do not have the silver rupees for this room, which is why I'm just
Yeah,
gonna...
I don't either, because I was trying to figure out how, and I was like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the Shadow Temple and onward, they got really happy with silver rubies.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the Ice Cavern too, but
Yeah, I can't finish the
Yeah.
Ice Cavern either because of the same thing. I've got checks in there.
Ice Cavern was a B in some places with those.
Song of Time so badly.
you need Song of Time.
Try to do a weird shot to grab the token. That's the thing, is I'm not sure because I think the Skulltula is like inside the time block. There might be some ways for me to do it.
Are you in the room with the rolling boulders?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like behind it. The time block's blocking it. So
Let's see if there's any weird ass things I can do that.
I think even if you found a way to kill it, I don't see any way you'd be able to collect it or see it.
I was able to kill it because I had Din's Fire was good for that, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get. I just want to see what the fuck it is.
Maybe with some crazy camera clip, but I don't think so.
That chest in the inside hand room, I assume that means that you could use the hover boots for. You talking about the big statue room? Because I got to the switch, but there is one other room that I want to go poke at on the 4th floor.
I can't remember.
That room. I have to remember how the fuck to get up there.
Said which one had the Forest Temple. Now I can't remember again.
Oh, I think
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have.
you may mean this room.
Who had the idea of not having a warp point to like Zora's domain?
I know. Oh my god.
I need it. I need that one too.
No, that's not a thing. That doesn't exist.
Oh.
I say whose idea was it never to have a warp point there.
Oh, okay.
Didn't you use Thor's Wind there for that?
It's not how Pharaoh's Wind is. You can use it in a dungeon, and then as long as you're still in that dungeon, you can fast travel to that point.
Yeah, you can also, if I recall correctly, you can also leave it behind too.
You can leave it behind because in speedruns, I've seen people route in such a way that they'll go into the dungeon, cast it, leave the dungeon, do some other things, and then warp back.
You do have to, I believe, re-enter the dungeon though
Yes, yeah.
to warp back. You can't warp back from anywhere in the world.
But unless then they modded it differently, because he specifically casted it in and then left
Let me check.
to do other things, and then casted it again. Although he was doing a no logic seed as well, so that might be part of why it could have been done.
Right. This is why I couldn't get in
Because
that
if you
room.
can only do it
Yeah.
in dungeon, then that just doesn't make any sense. Why they would just
Yeah, it
cast
says
it
right in
there, leave.
it says right in the wiki that it's only can be used in the dungeon.
So then that doesn't make any sense. That he would cast it inside and leave.
Yeah, I mean you cast inside and leave if you need to like go get like a ferry or ferries or something, and then you go back to the entrance and then can use to resume where you left off.
Oh, that's why you probably did that. Okay, okay.
It's honestly, I think I'm sure like speedrunning communities and stuff have niche uses for it, but like in a casual playthrough, I don't feel like it's really worth anything.
Right. No, it just sucks because like I'm trying. I don't like to be adamantly incorrect, but it's just so it's just obviously I remember it. Then
Yeah.
casting it, it's obvious I just don't have the proper memory to.
Yeah, nah, it's Pharaoh's Wind just kind of sucks.
Yeah, I never used it. I never used the SAOs.
I almost never really use Nehru's Love, but that's mainly because I just don't in Zelda games like I don't use like the magic armor and like Twilight Princess. Like I don't know. I don't usually have enough problems in a Zelda game that I feel I need like invincibility for a while. Other than Link to the Past requiring you to have the invincibility for a couple puzzles.
I don't know if this song is Kokory Forest or their shop song, but either way, this is the boss music for the twins.
I don't want to go in here. My brain
Yeah,
just...
I am sadly back to BK, it appears.
Bonky Kong.
Bonky conky.
Ladies, just shoot. Oh, don't get...
It's okay. There should be a gold skeleton up here. It's going to have your, what do you want? Zelda's Lullaby?
Are you freaking kidding me?
Song of Time? Something.
Most of the available items would at least do something at this point.
Right.
Yeah, I think outside of